With Mortal Kombat X, there are plenty of new things that were brought to the table to discuss. More characters, more story, more moves, but one thing NetherRealm Studios added to the cast that we want to talk about is facial hair.
Really, the X in Mortal Kombat X should stand for beards, because everybody has them now.
I wouldn't say everybody, that sounds like a bit of an exaggeration.
The men do, though.
Reptile has a beard?
Well, the human men, that is.
What about Kung Jin and Johnny Cage?
Okay, they're just a lot more beards.
That's right. Forget everything else new technology allowed them to create when we have more beards on characters. When updating the look of certain characters, putting a beard or a goatee on them really worked out, which is what NetherRealm Studios went along with on these changes. So we're going to look at the best beards present in Mortal Kombat X. Since there aren't 10 beards on playable characters, we're also going to add some unplayable old faces we saw in arcade and story modes. So let's go over the top 10 beards in Mortal Kombat X.
Who's that Mortal Kombat X beard?
Maybe we should hold back on that reference when unveiling characters.
It's number 10, Shang Tsung.
Let's not do the Who's That Pokemon intro anymore. Anyway, one of these old faces that was not playable but still appreciated style with facial hair was our old sorcerer friend Shang Tsung. He appeared in flashbacks in a couple of arcade mode endings, but in Ermac's arcade mode ending, he returned from the dead, or he was never actually dead, and started consuming all of Ermac's souls. Unfortunately, he hasn't gotten a chance to change much, assuming he's been dead this whole time, so he basically had the same beard he had in Mortal Kombat 9. Shang possibly could have gotten higher on this list if he had his elder Shang Tsung beard that made him feel more intimidating despite how frail looking he was in that form. I guess as a consequence of being forever young. Maybe we could see both beards return in the next game. And of course a change in clothing, because right now he's, well, wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
That's because he's naked. By definition, he's not wearing anything at all.
I really thought you'd pick up on the obvious Simpsons reference there.
Why would I assume you're making a Simpsons reference when we're talking about stupid, sexy Shang Tsung?
Number 9. Bo Raicho.
Master Bo Raicho, I am pleased to see you. It has been many years.
Too long. Yes, too long.
So we're in the boat of people who are not really fans of Bo Raicho due to his past, which you likely know about. While he does have the longest beard of the characters that appeared in story mode, it's quality over quantity. What have you done to change over the years, Bo Raicho? I will say he has been toned down in the story mode to be a more respectable character with less bodily humor and acting more like the master he's supposed to be. Still, his old personality and flatulence-induced moveset of the past hold him back on this list.
Yeah, if I wanted to play a character with weaponized farts, I'd play Primal Rage. And nobody has actually uttered that sentence since the 90s. So, yeah, cool beard or not, he gets put low on the list. Number 8 is Shu Jenko.
He just appeared...
Sorry, I would have introduced him in a more exciting way, but somebody is against Pokemon intros.
He just appeared in Cassie Cage's arcade mode ending, basically showing that NetherRealm Studios wants nothing to do with the 3D era of games anymore, outside of a select few characters. Cassie accidentally kills him, which is tragically fitting since she is more or less the new main character of Mortal Kombat, or at least a new main character, and Shou Jenko was supposed to represent the new generation in Mortal Kombat Deception. But he's just here for his beard, which is not changed, so nothing really new we can say about him. Sorry, Shou Jenko. Cassie had mistaken you for another opponent that was not actually evil.
Yeah, kinda nonchalant. Looks like her special forces training really didn't help her identify targets.
You have no idea.
Number 7. Kung Lao. Now we're getting into those playable characters that have been hiding until this point.
I have found you.
I was not hiding.
You will wish you had.
This is the first appearance of Kung Lao's facial hair in the series, and although we said quality over quantity, Kung Lao's is probably the worst of the beards of the playable characters. It's not bad. The costume of the younger Kung Lao in MKX wishes it had this kind of style. He just never actually rocks the beard in the story mode of Mortal Kombat X. We mostly see him as an undead revenant where he not only loses all of his facial hair, but he loses all of his hair in general. This is probably by choice since Liu Kang and the others kept their hair. So now that you're a zombie, you're too good for a distinguished beard?
You'd think he'd have some character development over the 20 years of the story, but nope, decides not to change his facial hairstyle once. That's just lazy.
In reality, Kung Lao's beard is a sign of what could have been if Raiden never messed with the timeline to begin with. How sad.
Number 6 is Future Raiden.
No, not that not-so-distant future Raiden, but this future Raiden. Raiden has kept his face free of facial hair throughout the series. The reason this fact is more notable than it would be with other characters is Raiden has been in nearly every Mortal Kombat game with his face exposed, as opposed to maybe the ninja characters that could have been clean-shaven, but for all we know they could have always had a beard simply hidden behind their mask. After about 24 years, Raiden finally decided to try a different style that did not involve changing the color of his clothes. The thing is, Raiden has a beard that sort of reminds me of a laid-back college student, solely based on people I actually know, as opposed to a beard of an immortal god who is supposed to be the voice of reason. I'm not actually sure what beard I'd expect from Raiden, but it wouldn't be this one. Despite that, I actually like it because it's unique and shows Raiden knows how to use a razor, unless he can just change his appearance whenever he wants. I'm just glad this hip facial hairstyle is what comes to mind when he wanted a futuristic outfit. Number 5. Jax. Jax has dabbled in the world of goatees in the past, but this look seems to be the next step in Jax's style after that light mustache he sported in Mortal Kombat 9. However, we actually see he started with the goatee when being a revenant of the Netherrealm. Apparently being evil gives you the idea to shave your head and in his case grow out the goatee. See Kung Lao? No excuses. Then when he was revived, he decided to keep the goatee, which he wears pretty well.
He looks really good in a salt and pepper beard. Number 4 is Kenshi.
I'm fine. That's what I thought.
It looks like he decided to go for the beard look since every other character was doing it. I guess NetherRealm Studios didn't know how to tweak his normal samurai design without making him look too unrecognizable, yet they still wanted to change something big about his appearance, so they just said, screw it, give him a beard. I'm starting to think it's just colder in the future world of Mortal Kombat with all these beards, or the NRS board meetings go something along the lines of this when talking about character design.
Dun dun dun, they've got beards.
Number 3. Kano. Of the returning characters from MK9 and MKX, Kano was the only one who had a beard in both games. So seeing all these new beards, he knew he had to step up his beard game for MKX. How? By growing it longer and giving it a ponytail sort of look.
I also like it, because it allows him to show off his Boy Scout skills. For example, braiding.
Kano knew he needed to do something to help him stand out besides taking off his shirt and changing his chest light color. If that entails using a scrunchie on his beard, then so be it.
Yeah, he's clearly the character that cares most about his facial hair, as evidenced by the fact that he shaves at the end of every match.
At least the matches that he wins, and Kano, that's a really bad idea. Don't shave raw like that. You could get an infection.
I think Kano makes worse decisions than not using shaving cream.
Really? Like what? I couldn't imagine this man making any worse decisions.
You said a mouthful.
How about the time he decided to fight an Aztec god by locking himself into a small container with said god, surrounded by his army?
Oh, right. You're not helping my case there, Kano. Still, it's not as bad as the time that he disguised himself as an old lady to spy on the special forces.
Yeah, exactly. Who does that? What is he? A wolf in a fairy tale? Number 2 is Scorpion.
Don't you mean Hanzo Hisashi? Remember what happened when Quan Chi called Hanzo by that nickname?
Scorpion, stop!
Anyway, everything Hanzo does is cool. Go down the list. Summons fire. Cool. Teleports. Cool. Throws a spear while demanding you move over to his location on the stage? Cool. So how do we increase his badass factor? It's obvious what I'm gonna say. While I cannot confirm he had a beard before he died, when he was dead, he went clean-shaven. And I'm not just saying with facial hair, he went skinless. He was a specter with a skull for a head.
Can't get a closer shave than that. Although, I really like his new beard. It reminds me kind of a lumberjack beard. Like, now that he's a human again, he had to get a job, so now he's moonlighting, chopping down trees with his swords.
Number 1. You could probably guess him if you know anything about the MKX roster. It's SubZero.
It is time to entertain our guests.
When the best of Mortal Kombat characters are discussed, number 2 and 1 tend to be Sub-Zero and Scorpion respectively. However, since Scorpion always gets number 1, it's finally time for Sub-Zero to shine. And he deserves it after getting beat up so much in the MKX trailers. There isn't too much to say about his standalone beard, however there's a greater reason why his beard deserves number 1. When Mortal Kombat 3 came out, one of the major complaints heard was that Sub-Zero was now without his mask, which eliminated the classic mysterious ninja look. I was fine with the look, but a majority of fans really wanted Sub-Zero with a mask back.
Yes, I have to say this personally affected me. When I was a kid, Sub-Zero was my favorite character in Mortal Kombat 2. I played as him all the time. When I started playing Mortal Kombat 3, I had to abandon him, because I couldn't stand looking at that unshaven guy. That wasn't Sub-Zero to me. I had to start playing Cyrax. Nope, I played Sector.
Classic Sub-Zero appeared alongside unmasked Sub-Zero in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, returning the balance. Ever since, Sub-Zero without a mask costumes really were not as popular to the fans. Until now! While we cannot speak for all the fans, this seems to be the best Sub-Zero has ever looked without a mask. If I were to play as Sub-Zero, in the past I probably would not have chosen an unmasked costume. However, now, I prefer this outfit.
Now, I like this costume. I could see myself playing as Sub-Zero. You know, if everybody and their mother didn't already play as Sub-Zero.
And all he needed was the beard, or Steve Bloom's voice, or his personality in the story mode. Those all could have been factors, but we're going to credit the beard for bringing some honor to the unmasked Sub-Zero look, making it the best beard in Mortal Kombat X. So, who has your favorite beard in MKX? Let us know in the comments.
Or, if you have any ideas of hypothetical beards that characters should have, I would love to hear about those myself.
Thank you all for watching. Mortal Kombat X footage in this video provided by NegetiveX right here, and we will see you all in the next video. It feels like he's wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Oh, so I see. You can make a Simpsons reference, but I can't make a Pokemon reference? This game is rigged. I hate you. I hate everyone.
Disclaimer, NegetiveX did not actually mean that. He actually loves everyone, not hates.